One of the most legendary to do it, man.
This girl right here. Woo-wee.
One of the most legendary to do it, man.
She is amazing, bro. This
One
girl
of the
is
most
amazing.
legendary to do it, man.
We ready? Who ready? We ready? Who ready? Who? We ready? Who? Who ready? Who? We ready? Who? Motivate.
Yo,
Hands full of
I'm with
fucking
the
dirt.
mains,
Yes.
the myth. No more 140-degree stop muzzles.
You know it.
No more Dorito heads.
You know
What's
it.
up, bro?
You know it,
Let's
man.
go. What's
You
up? Oh,
You know it, man.
Snooki?
You know it.
Snooki?
Got Snooki out, man.
Snooki?
Picking up some good stock.
Shit.
Picking up some good stock. You know, this year, man. You know, already starting out super early, man. It's only the 6th.
You had a hell of a 2023 too.
Yeah.
That boy Gogeta.
Yeah,
That boy.
He did his thing, man. You know, we're looking to go even crazier this year in a lot of ways, man. You know, we got a lot of stuff that's upcoming. Some stuff I can't speak on, some stuff I can't. I'll definitely do a football boy, Alex. You know, for sure.
Yeah, I'll really appreciate it.
Hey, listen, man. I'll tell you like this, man.
I gotta clean
Even
my bad.
you good. Even though I had a great 2023, it didn't keep me fat. You know what I'm saying? I'm still in the gym. You know what I'm saying? I gotta keep working.
You gotta keep growing.
You know what I'm saying? Gotta keep working.
You gotta keep working. See,
And keep working. We just acquired, the commission just acquired legendary producer Snooki, mother of Bubba Shrimp, mother of Jake Webb, mother of Viarga. She's amazing. Crazy shoulders, 25-inch head on a female.
she's not advertised.
Yeah.
And I'll keep it a stack with you, bro. The video right now is not doing this girl justice, bro. This girl is phenomenal. She's fantastic. So for y'all that trying to understand how did this turn about, so my man's hit me up. He had made a deal. Yeah. And you know, I couldn't pass up the chance to see Gogeta.
Hell yeah.
And I went like this to him. I said, you know what, bro? I wanted to start off 2024 with a bang.
For sure.
I said, you know, I had to get the man. The man that likes to ruffle feathers on the content. You know, I had to get him, baby.
For sure. Y'all know it. Y'all know it.
Much respect, because my man's had a hell of a 2023.
For sure. And I appreciate that. Like I said, you were the only person that I could think of to really make this happen for me. And like I said, from one friend hand to another, I really appreciate that, man. We really made this happen, and I'm really glad for anybody to really be a part of this history, because at the end of the day, we're all making this history together,
Absolutely.
And that's the best part about this stuff. Like right here, we're in a Sonic parking lot. We're gonna reminisce about this for you.
It's raining. It's raining. I gotta clean out my lens. I gotta clean out my lens.
It's raining. It's ice cold. But at the end of the day, we're gonna always reminisce on this stuff for years to come,
Absolutely.
man. It's like we're on the grind. Like we're really building this stuff up, and we'll really be able to tell these stories that that really happened. We are the new school breeders. And I'm like I said, I couldn't make any of this stuff happen without you guys, at all. I couldn't make any of this stuff happen without you guys at all. Like, I'm forever grateful for that, man.
Yeah, I got you, bro. And this is the thing, you know it as well as I know, man. We had some controversy in the XL community.
For sure.
There's a lot of it.
For sure.
Because we still don't want to acknowledge that there's Cane Corsos and Barbells in the blood.
For sure.
But don't worry about it. Anytime I see someone who's trying to do right by the XL, that's really trying to do some great things, I always want to show love, because at the end of the day, we understand the challenges that come with trying to perfect the XL and get this to where it's respectable in the ring. You get what I'm saying? So I wanted to come over here, chop it up with my mans,
Yeah,
bro.
nah,
I showed mad love because
Yeah.
you was on the run.
Yeah.
You was on the run.
Yeah.
Sky.
That's a fact.
You had
That's a
Sky.
fact.
You ran Bull.
Sky, Bull.
Shit.
Sky, Bull, all of them. Yoko, all of
else
them. It
we had on?
was Legend.
Legend.
That Sky, we had Legend,
Oh.
Sky, Bull, Buffy. We, Duce.
wild.
Duce.
Duce.
We made a lot of great stuff.
Yo,
Shout out to
Glenn Rocky.
Oh yeah, Rocky.
Oh.
Yeah, man. We done in just a couple of months. Really, we really created a lot of phenomenal bulls that are doing great today. And everybody. And everybody's working. All those bulls that we just named,
working.
all of them still working.
You was working. That's the thing. Like you building, but you ain't taking it. Let's like one breeding at a time. Like every 6 months. You like, nah, we going full pedal to the metal.
Full pedal
to the metal. We going all the way down.
Yeah.
We going to create this.
Yeah.
And it's funny because, all right, listen. Let me wipe this bad boy off. My bad, everybody watching. Listen,
No problem.
my man's went on the live and was telling people exactly what he was gonna do.
That's a fact.
And he executed it
That's
for
a fact.
2023.
That's a fact.
And then you added my man, big heavy hitter,
Oh yeah.
Gogeta.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh man,
For sure.
big ballers Bubba Shrimp
For sure.
to Matilda.
For sure.
Oh man, we gonna bring that bad boy out in a little bit and show y'all how old boy looking.
Oh definitely. Oh definitely.
That
man. It's
crazy.
I'll tell you like this, man. The best part about this stuff, like I'll get on the lives, I'll joke with people back and forth, all that type of stuff. At the end of the day, to me, it's really entertainment. But the thing that I hold true, if I have people, that I hold dear to me, and I say that we're gonna work together, we really do that. You know what I'm saying?
That's what it is.
We got 3 different people out here from 3 different states that all came to the same place. We done made this happen to make these interviews, bring these bulls together, and you can't put a price on that.
Fredericksburg, Virginia.
Fredericksburg, Virginia.
My man's from North Carolina.
All the way
I'm from Jersey.
All the way from
my boy Dan Rooney.
Jersey.
Long Island.
Long Island. You know what I'm saying?
And we came down here because we all understand it's about the bulls.
It's about the bulls.
It's about the bulls.
We done made this all happen.
It's about the bulls.
We done made this all happen, man.
Yeah.
100% for sure. We done made this all happen, bro. I already got a lot of setups for her. So y'all definitely stay tuned for that, man. Like I said, at the end of the day, I'm always give credit where credit's due. I couldn't have done this without heavy hitters. I couldn't have done this without Ronnie Bulls. I couldn't have done this without Paragon Elite Bulls.
Yeah,
I couldn't have done this without anybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's just what it is.
Yo, so I want you to tell the people.
What's that?
Based off your breedings.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll get a little bit more into the intricacies of this stuff, all right?
Okay, for sure.
I did a video with Dan and we were talking about inside the mind of an XL bully breeder, right? And the goal of that video was to give somebody a perspective on what the mindset is when pairing up the male and the female.
Okay.
So I want you to talk about some of the breedings you did last year. I want you to explain what the results were that you wanted.
Right.
Okay. And what were you trying to accomplish with that phase with those breedings right there?
Okay.
To take a step forward.
I can start from the top. First one we did last year was Bull to Margot. Bull is a Yoko son. He's it's Yoko bred to Sky. Sky's a Cali kid. Sky's the last Cali kid daughter
Sky's
on the planet. And what I wanted from there, I already had the height and I had the girth with Margot. She already came to the table with that, and I didn't necessarily lose too much height with Bull because Margot being an XL, Bull being a taller standard, so he already kind of had the girth. But what he had that my female already had as well was a short back, but his back was even shorter. So to be honest with you, with any breed, and I'm going to essentially say the same thing with any of these breeders, this is how I personally look at it, right? Everybody has their own philosophy. This is how I personally look at it. Your dogs have to come to the table with something, right? And this is how I look at the table. If it's even, if your female is just even the table legs, or at least even the table set, you know what I'm saying? The cloth, the plates, the cups, anything like that. Your dogs have to come to the table with something.
Absolutely.
These dogs can't reproduce by themselves. They have to have something with them. So, for the most part, for me, I look at it like, hey, listen, I already have this, and I already have this. How can I get more of this? How can I better more of already what I have into a sense, you know? And, you know, I really take it from there, and more times than not, say for instance, if I have a litter of 8, you know, and I'm transparent about the number, say if I have a litter of 8, I know for a fact, at least I'm getting 6 the way that I want. I'm getting the heads the way that I want it. I'm getting the mass the way that I want it at these younger ages. I'm getting all of that type of stuff. I'm having, you know, my clients are very happy with what they have. That's the best feeling ever, not only knowing that the breed is turning out, but the clients are also getting what it is that they want as well.
Absolutely.
Too. You know, I look at it like this, you know, it's 2024. I feel like what I'm about to say right now on here will age better than anything, but listen, I'm gonna come clean with y'all. The economy is rigged. No names, but a lot of these breeders be lying, man. You have to really, you just really have to. Nobody wants to take home. Nobody wants to pay top dollar for a dog to take home a pet home dog. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
You want to guarantee. You really want to, like, money is getting harder and harder to get these days. Yeah. You want to really guarantee that you're giving somebody exactly what it is that they want.
Absolutely.
And I truly believe in that. This economy is rigged. So with that being said, just like how I did here, I put my schmeckles together, and we went and we bought a sure enough producer. You know what I mean? We already know what it is with her, and the breeding that I have lined up for her. Yeah. I mean, it's no question. You know, so I gotta be well on my word too, and what I'm saying. Like, I need to be able to guarantee quality. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I think how I came off a little bit last year may have been a little too hard, but I'll tell you this, I think it's aged a bit better because we see a lot more people breeding a different way. Let's just be honest. We have a lot of people breeding a different way. They're getting the traits a bit more bullier with each and every breeding, where it wasn't really like that, you know, when I was coming around and, you know, just a couple of years ago, you know. So it's great to really see that, you know, even if you felt a way about how I say things, the fact that you was able to feel anything was the whole purpose of it anyway, you know, and that's it's a great thing.
And you know what's wild is fact that everything you was saying, even though they might not have liked it, you just went to work.
Oh, for sure.
And now the productions
speak for themselves.
Equate to everything that you were saying in your lives.
That's a fact.
And that's what I try to tell people, man. They say the market is saturated. The market is saturated for what everybody has already put out.
Right.
You keep producing a certain look.
That's a fact.
But the fact is that the XL,
that's a fact.
You're missing the bull.
That's a fact.
And when you have the bully traits, you got to understand this. And I told Dan this. We had discussions, me and Tora.
All right.
But man, the XL, what we really need is like what any other class did. Well, pocket and standards. We need to create our version of DAX first. We get the XL DAX that we could build from.
Right.
Now we're in business.
And I with that, to piggyback off of that, that's what I've been attempting to do. Not even attempting. That's what I've been doing with Gogeta. That's been like my whole goal with him. Just you know, it's the whole table thing. Like, I know what he brings to the table, and I've been breeding and also making a couple purchases throughout to guarantee his future, guarantee a line. Like, we're in desperate need of an actual XL line, a line that's showing recessive trait, a line that's actually showing stuff generation throughout generation. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like, that's what we definitely need. And you know, I'll be honest when I say this right here. You know, listen, man. I'm at the end of the day, you know, I got my homies, I got the commission, all that. At the end of the day, I'm still only one guy, and I'm doing what I do. I'm doing what I believe works. It has been working for me.
Yeah.
We're going. I can also say this on camera. We're also going international this year. So that's great too. You know what I mean? So that's you know, so with all that being said, I just feel I just know I just know in my bones that if we continue to do what we do,
it's gonna be here.
It's gonna be here. It's
not a matter of if, it's a matter of when.
That's a fact.
You get what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
And man, this girl right here, I need y'all to understand this girl Snooki. She's fantastic.
It's a fact.
2 hours later.
So we had to take a little break because freezing out here.
For sure, right, sure. We back out here, baby. We back out here, back to brass tacks.
All right, so here we go. All right, so we were talking about the breedings, right? Your mindset behind pairing those breedings up and what you were looking to pull.
Yeah.
And obviously with the productions that you've had,
right,
you've produced some really, really, really dope dogs.
Right.
But there came a point in time, a couple, I want to say a little over a year ago, opportunity came up where you were able to add to the camp.
Right.
And I want you to speak about
it's a great story.
How did that come about? Because remember, we were trying to link up to do a video about that before all of this.
That's a fact.
So I want you to explain to them, how did this all come about, what you added, and what was the goal behind it?
So to tell you guys the truth, I'm gonna come right out and say it. Gogeta wasn't even really kind of like an idea at first. He really wasn't. At first, it was more or less, I really wanted a female. I'm pretty good with females. I like girl dogs, and you know, I'm very picky with males. And it was really kind of becoming a detriment to a sense, because you know, I'm a breeder. Like I'm a big content guy, but at the end of the day, I'm primarily a breeder. And just one of the hard things when it comes to breeding is just, you know, for female, you know, predominantly female owners, is you really don't have a stud, and you know, waiting on semen or this or that, or schedules at work or whatever. That really it really does make things a lot harder than what it could be. And you know, a good buddy of mine, as you guys know, I've mentioned him before, Dan Roney, he did that fire breeding Matilda. She's a Yoko, a Yoko bred to bred to Michelin blood, and then Bubba Shrimp. It's a Don Provolone bred to Snooki. When that came around, you know, I already put my ticket in. Like, hey, look, man, just let me know how much I gotta pay, because I know that breeding right there is gonna be fire. And I already told him, look, man, look, as long as I can get at least a good pick on a female, I'm good. I'll let you, you know, I'll let you pick the female out, you know, because I just, you know, Dan is the man when it comes to picking out puppies. People know this. And so, you know, I kept telling him about that, you know, week after week after week, until probably about like week 6. He calls me, he gives me a call, and he's like, hey man, I gotta talk to you. I'm like, what's going on? I know you really want to get a female off of this, but this is what I think should happen. I'm like, what's going on? I think you should get a male. I'm like, a male? Why did you say that? Like, what? I don't really
we trying to reproduce.
I want to get, you know what I'm saying? I want to get me a female. If I have me a female, I'll go through the BS and all that type of stuff just to make the breeding happen, but I don't really want a man. He's like, no, man, I'm telling you, this one right here, he's different. He's different, and you know, just this year alone, you know, and everything that you have gearing up for next year, you're really gonna need a male. So I was like, you know, and you know, this is the homie, and he's giving me advice. He's like, this is the one I think you really should get. So I said, you know what? All right, let's do it. And so ever since then, you know, I've had them. You guys know how me and Dan get down, you know. It's just, I mean, we've been promoting this monster. Right now, at the time of this recording, he's only 14 months. I promise you guys, by the end of 2024, he's gonna be one of the top producers around for sure. It's undeniable, it's no question. The moves we've made to make this happen, just this interview even taking place, to make this move, to make happen, he will be solid. He will be solidified 100% for sure. He's going overseas this year. He's doing a lot before he even scratches 2 years old.
Before he becomes a full grown adult in his prime.
Yeah.
I need you to understand. I had Tora bring him out.
Yeah.
And Gogeta is as advertised. He's humongous.
For sure. Big head,
for 14
big bone.
months.
Yeah.
He's every ounce of his head shape. Well, how big is his head?
It's 27 inches.
At 14 months.
14
it's
months.
every bit of 27.
Yes, sir.
Perfect muzzle.
Yep.
Perfect bite.
That perfect
Bone
bite
is crazy.
Bone is crazy.
So I want to commend this, right? Because when you look at a stud like Gogeta,
he can walk too. By the way, he can walk. I know a lot of the big dogs. They kind of got an issue with walking around. No, he does that. He does that perfectly. He's got great movement, good rear, all that type of jazz. He's like I said, Gogeta is great, 100%. And the goal, just like I think for any human parent, is to make it so that this kid has an amazing future.
Yeah.
And that is the, it's not just my hands on this. It's not just my hands on this. We have hands like this who's holding the camera right now. We have a lot of hands into this right now that we're gonna, we're all gonna
maximize.
Yeah,
we're gonna maximize the most out of these opportunities.
Definitely.
So, like I was gonna say, bro, the thing is with Gogeta, when you stud him out, because you stud him out, right? Because you did a breeding with him, right? And some people want to use him.
Yeah.
This is the thing with Gogeta. I need y'all to understand this. This isn't a one-of-one type of dog.
Right.
My man's Gogeta, and I gotta pause to say this. Gogeta's ped, because for those of you that are interested in the pedigree, is filled with bulls, top to bottom.
Top to bottom.
So it's not well, he's a great dog. Can he reproduce his look? No. It's so bull dominated in his pedigree that he is gonna throw those desired traits that you're looking for.
He has no choice.
And this is the thing, right? Hold up. You did a breeding with him.
Yep.
I want you to tell them the breeding you did and how those pups are looking right now, utilizing Gogeta.
So for a fact, and I'll make sure I send these pictures over to you, so while we're doing this video, you can be able to show for a fact to the viewers too. We had 6 puppies, 3 boys, 3 females. All smashed up muzzles. Woo! All thick. All consistent. It was a great breeding. As a matter of fact, on the way up here, right before we actually, recording this, you just had one of the clients come out to actually grab one of his pups, and that pup, to be honest with you, looked just like his grandma.
Really?
His grandmother, Jenner, and it was just a great thing to see, and that's his first batch of puppies that have dropped, and he's already throwing his pedigree. He's already throwing the stuff that we like. Yeah.
Produced by you. It was so tell him who'd you pair up with him?
So the breeding was Gogeta, bred to my female Margot. She is out of Apollo, which is a grand champion, Rick Ross' son, bred to a female named Rosie. Rosie, for people who really know me, is Buffy's littermate sister. So my whole yard really is into it with each other, basically. And
it's strategically paired together.
Yeah, strategically paired together, and just this breeding right here, even though everything was consistent and everything was fantastic, it's just one. It's still one piece to this amazing puzzle that, like I said, everybody's hands is all in.
That is coming together. It's
all
coming together. So I wanted to collab with you.
Yeah.
Before this breeding went down, I think the pups might have been born, right?
Yeah.
And we were trying to link up, and unfortunately, I got sick with COVID, if I recall properly, right? So I want you to explain at face value when Dan came at you and said, "Hey, listen, I'm gonna pair Matilda up with Big Baller's Bubba." I want you to explain to them at face value what you thought right off the top, and from a breeding aspect, what did you think the pups were gonna look like?
So I'm gonna give you the answer to that, but I gotta take it a little back. So at first, this is years ago, back when we were seeing the Big Baller dogs, we were kind of a little skeptical on them. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
Because at the time, I mean, these are massive dogs. These are massive dogs, and everything isn't as promised, I'll say. And what I mean by that is, it's just, hey, listen, You have this, and at the time, I don't even think Bubba Shrimp was born at the time. It was really just Don P. And everybody was
at that time.
Right, and everybody was giving a lot of bad words to Don P and stuff like that. But the one thing about him is that he could produce. He was in fact a producer. So at the time, I think that me and Dan, and I think as any breeder that's in this for the long haul, really, our eyes in what it is that we thought about these dogs really matured, right? Yeah. And to a sense where it's like, Don P really isn't as bad as a lot of people are saying and this and that, and I always say this, this goes into what you're asking me. You should really go and see these dogs. Put hands on these dogs at least, because it's like you got 1 million people telling you at one time this dog is bad, and probably only 5 of them have ever seen it, and they don't even have the opinion that the dog is bad, And it's like, so with that being said, when the topic of, of course, we spoke about it way before, before we would even breed to him. Hey man, what do you think about Bubba Shrimp bred to Matilda? And the consensus was basically like, yo, it would be bulls for sure, but at the same time, what are you looking more for? And the idea was always like, if I get more of the dad, we good. If you get more of the mom, we're good. So when that came up, I'm like, yo, I got to get on board. I got to get on board with this too, because when that rationale came, and that's actually what ended up happening.
Exactly
throughout all the puppies, that's actually what ended up happening, and to great effect, because the pups are fantastic, And I'm not saying, I'm not trying to have a bias because I own one of the pups. I'm just saying, like, for a fact, 14 months, 27-inch head, 21.5-inch. I mean, he's not like a super tall dog. He's already rocking a dome piece like that. Like, I've met Gogeta's grandparents. Like, I've put hands. I've measured them. And this is no diss to them. This is only just to show that the genes are getting better. But their heads aren't even that big right now at his age, period.
Yeah.
So this is the evolution. This is us getting better when it comes to putting the bull into the bullies. And
absolutely.
Honestly, I mean, when you look at it from that angle, and just that rationale, it really came out as a success. What Dan was even talking about, his philosophy with the breeding, it aged very well, because these dogs are all doing great right now. It's just fantastic.
It was crazy. I'll tell you this, right?
Yeah.
Before we wrap the video, I told my man's Dan, right?
Yeah.
He came to me with the idea, right?
Yeah.
And I told him, I said, yo, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think you might throw XL Grand Champ. He went like this to me. He said, nah, you think so? And I went, the reason for that is because if you haven't seen Matilda is just strictly a wow factor type of female. She is a one of, when we say one of one type of females, she truly is. This girl will outstack most males. Some of the most extreme males in the game, she will outstack them. So the thing was, when he pitched the idea of going crazy extreme to another crazy extreme, I said, holy smokes. Here's the thing, right? People at the time were saying that, hey, big ballers dogs might not be as clean, but if you know anything about Matilda, she's extreme and she's pretty clean for what she is.
She comes from a lot of champion stock too. She comes from a lot of, see, this is the thing about Matilda, she comes from a lot of conformated stock. She does. So, to me with that, it was always no question. Like, and then not only that, her stock is a bit more line bred. Like her father Yoko, right? His father throughout. That's that whole line is line bred. And his mother she's literally a product of monster bred to a monster daughter. So her line is already pretty tight. And the bottom had Michaelin, all the stuff, Bubba, Concrete, Roscoe, all those. You see those dogs in there multiple times. I mean, it makes sense, So it definitely it goes back to what I said in the previous interview. What kind of table did Dan have to bring to? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you know, what did he bring? There was a lot that he brought. What did Bubba Shrimp bring? He brought a lot. And then, you know, we all eating. You know what I mean? Like at this point, you know what I mean? It's really working out. You know?
So on Bubba's side, right?
Yeah.
And I want people to understand why I felt this breeding was gonna hit hard, and that's why I think these pups, they just getting started. They're gonna be they're gonna be insane, and that's the goal from generation to generation is to improve, right?
For sure.
Breeding with a purpose.
For sure.
You get what I'm saying? So on Bubba's side, I need y'all to understand this because he's a Don P's son.
Yep.
Comes from Snooki, right?
Yep.
And Snooki has the Gotti juice in her.
Yep. There it is.
And when you think about it, Matilda got the Gotti juice in her.
That's a fact.
So now you bring in bloods that you know are gonna throw bulls.
That's a fact.
With two dogs that are extreme, that push the extremities without going over the edge.
To give a little example with that, it's like a bloodline I love a lot. Corrupt, right? Corrupt on its own. To really kind of give you guys a real basic like example of the traits. Corrupt on its own doesn't really give you the neck crest.
Yes.
It doesn't really give you the neck crest. The dogs that's behind Corrupt didn't have that trait. That's just what it is. But when you pair Corrupt with Gotti's, you know, Gotti sauce and all that type of stuff like that, you were able to get there. You were able to get the dogs with the the stub necks, push forward shoulders, all that type of stuff. And then you have Matilda, who Gotti, Mike, she has all of that. You know, she has all of that. And then you have Bubba Shrimp, whose mother, right? See, because you know, I like Don P. I think he's got one of the best XL American bully head pieces of all time. But he doesn't have the snub neck. He doesn't have the neck crest.
Yeah.
But his son, Bubba Shrimp, does, because his mom, the Sin City blood, that's titanium tank stuff, it's a Gotti dog. It's in there. These are dogs working together to push generations forward. That's how you do it.
Absolutely.
You know?
So
that's how you do it.
All right. Now before we end it, okay, was one last one, because I gotta ask you this right now.
No problem.
All right, here we go. So we understand what Matilda has in there, right? Mm-hmm. So you brought him up, Yoko.
Yep.
All right. People have gotten on me for talking about why the XL class was so different, right? Mm-hmm. And we spoke about this earlier, that the pockets of standards built with decks. Yeah. So I want you to explain to the people. Yeah. Because everyone's saying, yo, these dogs, it's some bulls. Yeah. I want you to explain to them, who is the father of the Yokozuna and what's the correlation of decks? Okay, so first of all, rest in peace to Ed Shepherd. Of course, American bully godfather, however y'all want to call him, was a pioneer. His work, the genes that he was able to help, you know, push this breed to what it is today is still relevant to this day. You guys know Matilda's father is Yokozuna. Yokozuna's father is a dog named Ichiban. Now, Ichiban, his father is Nitro. Yeah. No, his father's Cracker Jack, I believe. Yeah, I believe his father's Cracker Jack, bred to this dog named Barbie. Now, Barbie is actually Cracker Jack's granddaughter, right? So there's a line breeding there. Yeah. And Ichiban is brother to the infamous, known all around, one of the greatest of all time, the greatest to do it. What us XLs need in our corner, in our back corner, in our ring, is Dax. Grand champion, Gotti Line's grand champion, Dax. So it's wild, right? We're going to put this in a perspective, okay? Yeah. So you telling me that there was a dog that XL breeders could have built from the way they did with Dax, and didn't do it back then?
They didn't do it back then, and it definitely shows now. Definitely shows now. You know, when you have the pockets, the standards, the XLs. I'm leaving out the classes because really that's just, I'll get to that in a minute, but you have the pockets, standards, XLs. When you have the other two classes, that are kind of really in step with each other.
Yeah.
When it comes to head pieces, neck, substance, all of that type of stuff.
Yeah.
And we're kind of like, you know, let's be honest, we're kind of like the oddball out.
Yeah.
You know, we don't really have that many reputable dogs like that. We have the least amount of grand champions, right? So we have the least amount of, you know, pinnacle animals when it comes to our class. You know, there was a time where we could have built off of that. I don't think people noticed it. So we are, in a sense, kind of paying for it now. But I think people like Heavy Hitter, Ronnie Bulls, True Legacy, Tora Kennels, of course. I think that now that we're really putting our hands into this, you know, we're having the discourse behind the scenes. We're really breaking these dogs down. And I haven't known Heavy Hitters for a couple of days, a couple of weeks, couple of months, couple of seasons. Known them for a couple of years now, and the passion has been the same. If not, it's grown even stronger.
Absolutely.
We're really trying to put our thoughts, our minds into these dogs. We're really trying to produce, you know, we're really trying to produce these bulls, and we have the ingredients now. I thought at first that we were kind of more, you know, more or less on an island on our own, but it does seem, I can't admit this, it does seem like, for the most part, the XL bully breeders are kind of coming around to what are bully traits. People are getting a bit more educated, and that's great. That's great, because I'll tell you like this, and I can't speak for Dan, I can speak for Ronnie Bulls, but I'll tell you like this, I'm a way better breeder than I was last month. I'm a way better breeder than I was just yesterday.
Yeah.
You know, our eyes have matured, and you know, I could just really say I'm really thankful for the bulls that are in my pedigree, and I hope to, you know, show me being thankful for those bulls. I hope to, you know, continue to produce bulls. It's as simple as that.
Absolutely, man. I greatly appreciate it, brother. Man.
Definitely.
I got to get up and out of here. It's been such a great time.
Definitely,
Thank you
for
so
sure.
much, bro.
Definitely, for
I
sure.
appreciate
Hey, y'all
you.
stay tuned, man. Subscribe to my dog Heavy Hitters page,
I already
man.
know, baby.
I appreciate y'all coming on out to here, man. Listen, we got a couple more interviews we're going to do for sure this year, baby.
We're going to bring them out. We're going to link up. We're going to bring them out.
For sure.
That now coincides to what I've been working on.
Yeah.
So we're going to make this happen, bro.
Heck yeah, for sure, dog. For sure.
All right, my boy.